All right, we're jumping right into, we just finished up in Chapter 7, what is an intent? And our intent is our way to communicate from one activity to the other, and whenever we use an intent, we are telling the Android operating system to do many different things, but in our case, fire up, start the cheat activity. So what we're going to be talking about in this video are extras and companion objects. So let's see, what are extras? So we're going to use an extra to inform from one activity to the other. In this case, the main activity to the cheat activity, we're going to inform them of some value. So we're going to let them know whether what the answer is to the current question. So for instance, if we're on the Canberra question, then it's true. Well, we're going to have to pass that along. If somebody wants that answer, in the main activity and we send them along to the cheat activity, we're going to have access to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass that along as an intent extra. Think about that as just like a parameter in a constructor that I could just throw extra information in there along with the intent, and it's just basically like data that you can retrieve. Okay, so the data is retrieved as an extra. An extra is at its core, it is a key value pair. It always has two parts to it. The first part is always a string, that is the key. The pair is the value, whatever type that is, well, that depends. In this case, it's going to be of type Boolean. In order to use that, let's see if it says here. I don't think it says on this slide, but we're going to use intent.putExtra. Let's see. No, it doesn't say down there. All right, but this is a picture, an updated picture that we've seen before using the intent and the activity manager, but this time you see in the picture that we're sending along some extra data. We're sending along the extra. All right, here it is. So in order to get an extra attached to an intent, we're going to use the putExtra formula, or I'm sorry, the putExtra function. And I already talked about that it has the two parameters with the string, and the second one, it varies. So I don't have an end parenthesis on that last line. That's a mistake, but I'll just tell you about it here. The one we're going to use is we're going to go putExtra. We're using a string and a Boolean, and I mentioned that as well. Okay, so let's see. Here's the line of code the lines of codes that we are going to use to achieve this. So the companion object, etc. That's a complex bit of code for sure, but let me dive into what a companion object is. So a companion object is going to allow you to have access to objects without actually having an instance of that class. And in order to use the companion object, we are going to use the new intent function. Now, what you're seeing here with this encapsulation is that it's probably a good idea that if you are passing values back and forth between classes, that you don't have the information available from one class to the other. What exactly are the details? What exactly is required? What's expected? So we should probably be encapsulating our data, which is what we're doing. We're sticking it inside of a companion object and calling new intent from there. All right, so let's put that bit of code in. So we'll be in cheat activity. And we've got our onCreate. And we're going to go just past the onCreate, and we're going to put in companion object begin curly brace. And our function nested inside, fun, new intent, package, package context, colon, context, comma, answer is true, colon, Boolean, go outside the parentheses, colon, intent, begin curly brace, return intent, package context, comma, and then the cheat activity, double colon, class dot Java dot apply, begin curly brace, put extra. Oh, and I don't believe I have this line of code in here yet. A constant that I think I've not put in. Extra, answer, nope, I haven't. Extra, answer is true, comma, answer is true. All right, so we've got some errors here. First of which I see is I need the parenthesis there instead of a star. The rest of these are very likely imports. Let's see. Yep, and this extra answer is true is going to be a field up here, private constant val, extra, answer is true, hey, it auto-completes on that side, is equal to, and because you can get a lot of things communicating with a lot of other things, like I explained with the, like the Chrome versus the Reddit, with intents, they could be passed from many different places, even things you're not sure of. And so what we're going to do here is we are going to put the package name to help us with collisions. So com.bignerdranch.android.geoquiz. Mine happens to be 1_3. Yours probably isn't anything at that point. Dot answer underscore is underscore true. Okay. All right. So before I go on this video, I want to go over to the main activity side, and I want to go to my cheat button set on click listener, and I want to make a couple of changes here. So this line is going to come a little bit later, so I'm going to comment it out for now, and I'm going to put val answer is true is equal to quiz view model dot current question answer. Okay, now val intent is equal to, and not exactly the line I had up there, otherwise I would have cut and pasted it, cheat activity dot new intent, passing in this, a little bit different version of this at main activity, comma, answer is true. Okay, and then start activity intent is a keeper, and that's where I'm going to cut it. All right, so 2 videos ago we first started talking about intents, getting the different activities to communicate with each other. Here we put an extra on an intent So we passed along the value of what is the current answer from the main activity, and we'd be passing it along to the cheat activity, and then with that function, we wrapped that, we encapsulated that into a companion object using new intent. All right, so that's a lot for this video. Actually, I'm not exactly sure what is up next, but we've got a lot of more back and forth between these two activities to finish the communication. So I'll see you in the next video.